How's it going, everyone? My name is Bearsy, and in this video, I want to talk about how party game modes need to be within Call of Duty Black Ops 7 multiplayer's launch. So the first thing that I want to talk about, and hopefully you guys do enjoy this plutonium gameplay of me playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2, this special sort of gun game variant where you can get extra sort of kills or whatever the case is. It's very fun, but the first thing I want to talk about is just the amount of party games that we have currently within Call of Duty universe. And we've gotten so much creative ones while also having core staples like we had gun game, all or Nothing, One in the Chamber, Sharpshooter, Sticks and Stones, which is currently not in Black Ops 6, and I'll talk about that later. But we had a vast array of these game modes coming in for Call of Duty's universe. That's just such a nice, refreshing thing to play instead of you always sweating out on Team Deathmatch and or Kill Confirmed. Now, it's so weird to me that I feel like every single year, no matter what Call of Duty it is, they always just ship out the basic modes for Call of Duty. You know, we're talking like the Team Deathmatch, Domination, Hardpoint, Search and Destroy. And then every single time later, they always bring these random game modes into seasons as new content, and that's kind of what I discuss a lot more deeper here in this video. But it's just so annoying as someone who likes party modes to specifically, you know, play gun game, and I have to wait, you know, till season 1, season 2, or even season 3 to play these types of games and actually enjoy them for what they are. Now, if we take a look at the most recent Call of Duty, we have a few party game modes out there, such things as Infected, Prop Hunt, Gun Game, even Sharpshooter, which was a very big surprise to me because that was one of my favorite wager matches back in the day. We also have One in the Chamber, Prop Hunt, and Gunfight. Gunfight is technically not a party game mode, but I can see how it could be a party game mode. So we do have a good list of these party game modes currently within Call of Duty itself, and it's just, like I said, so refreshing to actually see them. But there is one missing that I feel like a lot of fans are currently upset about, that being Sticks and Stones. Now, before I hear anything, yes, I know Sticks and Stones really does require a crossbow or a ballistic knife, and a ballistic knife, I should say. But honestly, I don't know how none of this was even implemented in the whole entire season of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And it's just that one missing mode that I feel like was such a fan favorite alongside Gun Game that completely got shafted. And that's what I want to shift into this conversation first. Now, do I think Sticks and Stones is going to be coming to Black Ops 6 anytime soon? Well, speaking that we have only one season left, I highly doubt it, and there's no leaked crossbow and there's no leaked ballistic knife as of right now for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So Sticks and Stones is unfortunately, as of right now, not going to be coming. But for maybe Black Ops 7, this is where things could turn for the better. So with Black Ops 7, first off, I want to talk about some of these game modes that we can potentially see within Call of Duty Black Ops 7 multiplayer. Now, I want to say really quickly, if you guys are enjoying the video, smash that thumbs up button, and also subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more Call of Duty content right here on the channel. We go over theories, guides, you guys name it. Subscribe to the channel if you guys do want to see more of that, but let's continue with the video. But now I want to segue the video into talking about these specific game modes and Black Ops 7 entirely. As we do know, Call of Duty just announced that they are not doing carry forward for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Now, if you guys don't know what this is, I'll briefly go over it. Pretty much means that the stuff in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is not going to be coming into Black Ops 7. This has never meant anything for the game modes back in the day. Like, same thing for Modern Warfare 2 going into Modern Warfare 3. So it is not going to apply here, nor was it ever going to be applied for the game mode specifically. But Call of Duty is off to a great start right now of actually canceling forward, you know, the carry forward system in its entirety. You know, there were better options out there, like making a skin filter, but hey, a win is a win, and there's still a ton more to do, so don't think they're off the hook yet. But another great way to actually do this is to bring these game modes, you know, back within, you know, the launch window or even the launch of Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Now, do I personally think this is going to happen? I really don't think this is going to happen, but this would be another great start as to, you know, player feedback. You know, these game modes that they have been rehashing and reusing for seasons to bring them into Call of Duty Black Ops 7 multiplayer at the very start of the season, so no more waiting. And, you know, what game modes could we potentially see if this is the case? Well, for starters, Gun Game would be a great addition to the game. You know, it's a staple classic. You know, everybody loves Gun Game. Another one could be One in the Chamber. It's the same old classic. It really doesn't take that much, not really hard to code, and I don't think so anyways, but, we could bring One in the Chamber back. Same thing with Sharpshooter. It was a good classic back in the day that got added to Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Why not bring that here? And also some of the other weird game modes as well, like we had Havoc, we had, Cyber Attack, we also had Uplink, but maybe Gridiron if we're talking boots on the ground here, which we are because it's been confirmed that Call of Duty is not doing jetpack eras for this next title. So I think to win a lot of the player base back, we could actually see these game modes at launch. Like I said, do I think it's likely? No. But when can we actually see these game modes? And I want to talk about a few ideas that I have to actually, maybe bring them to launch or when we could see them. Now, I want to talk about these two game modes specifically because I am so confident that I feel like that they're going to be coming not at the launch, but at Season 1. That being Gun Game and Infected. Like I said, I am so shocked that these games are never at the launch of a new Call of Duty. They're just true and tried classics. We've seen Gun Game countless times. We've seen Infected countless times. We have both of them right now in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And like I said, I am 100% confident that we are going to be seeing one or both of these game modes return within Call of Duty Black Ops 7 multiplayer at the launch of Season 1. Now, when we look at the other party game modes, things like All or Nothing, One in the Chamber, maybe even Sticks and Stones. And Sticks and Stones is a weird hybrid because it needs a crossbow and a ballistic knife. So that could be all the way for Black Ops 7 Season 6. That's what I'm delaying it to because we don't have any news or information regarding those two weapons. But as for the game modes that can be brought, things like Havoc, things like All or Nothing, things like One in the Chamber, I just feel like Treyarch is not going to add them within the launch window. So maybe even like Season 2, Season 3, or maybe even Season 4, we could see these game modes return for the tried and true classics. It's going to be a shame that we don't see them here, but it would be a good idea to actually add them quicker rather than later so we can get brand new content, like brand new game modes that we haven't seen. I feel like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 actually did that really well with things like Ransack, Overdrive, Kill Order. I mean, Kill Order is not a good game mode. I don't see a ton of people playing it, but also with Modern Warfare 3 as well, we've seen a vast majority of brand new game modes that this just makes the series fresh. So adding these reused game modes earlier on just means more light for brand new game modes. But I want to talk about something that I have a great idea for, and I feel like this would make Treyarch a lot more favorable as for the post-launch support for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Now, I just thought about this idea while actually doing this commentary. So, what Treyarch could possibly do is make a featured game mode, and we take that featured game mode, like a party game mode for example, and you actually take those zombie leaderboard events, from Call of Duty Black Ops 6 zombies, and you can bring them into multiplayer, have a featured game mode, and whatever player, gets the top of the leaderboard, just do sort of events like that where the top player could get a camo, the top player could get a calling card, the top player can get double XP tokens, and then going down the ladder they can get fewer rewards, but at least it's somewhat like a leaderboard event with a featured game mode, something like Gun Game, where people are actually going to want to go in and compete. That's kind of like the wager match system that we could implement within Call of Duty Black Ops 7, but instead of actually competing with COD points, you're competing for better rewards. That way you have 29 or 30 spaces for that matter, however way you want to look at it, to get camos, to get XP tokens, to get calling cards, stickers, decals, whatever the case may be. This would just be a great idea for the whole multiplayer experience. But that is going to be it for me today, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, as always, smash that like button and do the same thing that I told you at the earlier end of the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more Call of Duty everything. That's it. This is Bearsy signing off. Stay healthy, stay clean. Bye.